This video is going to give a brief overview of Lab 4. Since Lab 4 is going to be a lot more in-depth and more complicated than the previous labs, we thought we would give you a quick overview. Now, first of all, if we go to the help page, over here on the left-hand side to the user's manual, there's going to be 4 topics that will be extremely useful if you were to go and read before attempting Lab 4. We're going to be discussing a little bit about user interface customization, and then mainly about commands, but in commands, you're going to need some command inputs as well as events. So like I said, if you go through and read these, it will give you a lot more in-depth understanding than this video is going to be able to give. So basically what a command is all of these buttons up here are commands. It basically is telling Fusion 360 to do something. Now, we're going to create a command that's going to run all of the code that we've created in the first couple of labs. Now, in order to have a command, we need to define what that command is. So the next video after this is going to give a brief, it's going to teach us how to define a command. And in that definition, it's going to tell the command what to look like, where to be, and the description along with it. So for example, this command, you can see it's up here in the toolbar. It's in a specific spot. Also, if I hover over this command, it has a little explanation as well as a picture. This is all in the definition of the command. Now, on top of commands, we also need events. So events are basically handled by Fusion 360 so that if you click on something in a certain spot, if I click on this button, an event is triggered and something happens. So for example, if I click on this, an event is triggered and a dialog box is created. So we're going to need to create an event for our command and have it do something, enter into a function and do something as soon as somebody clicks our button. So the first event brings up a dialog box, and in the dialog box we have several different command inputs. We'll learn about command inputs in a different video as well. So in this video we have an input, a selection input. We also have some drop down boxes as well. Notice if I click on this, we get an extra input. Sometimes there's all different types of inputs. So for example, we have like a checkbox input here, some selections, and some drop down inputs. So these are all command inputs. And then if I were to actually execute something, let's give this a distance. Now if I hit OK, it's going to trigger another event, and it's going to create an event and execute our command. So that's just a quick overview of what Lab 4 is going to be. We're going to learn about how to define commands, how to have events set up, and then how to do command inputs. And there'll be more videos that go more in depth on those topics.